audacious rat, the Sidrian. But with...
Hey, is that not this cur with the price? It's him! Get him! Don't let him gain momentum!
Simeon's right. Elephant man.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flouted its writ and brought it.
Bloody hell.
She looked at me, right? Looked right at...
Never thought I'd live to see times like...
Sacre bleu. It's a crime. You're from the north, that's...
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your...
I'm more than willing, sir.
Thanks. I think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir. Long live Duchessa Anna. All is in order.
What's new, Silverlocks? Looking for that?
Disperse! The exhibition of the regional dog.
Late. Why is that not surprising?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course. Just one other detail. Here.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one...
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and... The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinched.
Let's go. Soirees start.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise. How do we find the Syntrian? Have you...
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find... Especially since he might be expecting...
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it...
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandrake. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Bell.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could have...
I don't know where she is now, but I can...
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaviri Oak.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poorest.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There.
Got her. Doesn't wear a map.
It would be pointless. All would know her and...
Kaviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find...
Be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paint balls. Cast you.
All have the right to create. Cast some paintballs. Discover your art. Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creation.
Where? You and Mother.
Silence. The artist must... What serves no purpose? It seems free art requires clearly not all are cut out of the art.
An artist must have
Yes.
oversized.
Things are good. Excuse me.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting
Yeah, we'll see.
Aren't they even? Because they were...
Absent. The preferred hooch of artists.
The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a...
Impressive.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good...
Consider yourself greeted. Good to see. A tip off the glass. Good. Give this man some wine to drink with me.
Rush about so.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Never suspected you believed in such things.
But what if he doesn't come?
Your thoughts as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of constant struggle. What else? Take out a breath.
blah, blah. Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but blah.
Come, let's look in the alcove. She ought to be in one of the alcove.
Attention, blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things.
As for that sniper, we wish to be... We are busy.
But are you...
Leave, please leave. This is a private... Right.
Do you seek someone?
But are you sure?
A stone supple soul.
Do you fear taking a...
Do not disturb. Shoot.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to...
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take...
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not...
We came here to meet you, specific...
To meet me? But...
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask...
Centrian noble? Ah! You must think...
Orchid, confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but...
Really like to talk to him. What did he look...
Like many here. Tall, dark...
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift. A heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards...
Excuse me, madame, monsieur. I cannot work like this. You must...
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like
This was
dandelions.
scratched. Someone beat him with it.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
Looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely help.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora are...
Come. We must consider what...
I'd recognize that voice in...
You must be mistaking me for someone...
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake...
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I...
Looking for Cecilia Bellant.
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were the...
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take...
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, use...
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still...
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her...
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Tore down the door. Bloody handprint platform. Clever. It's his. Must be pretty strong, too. Bloody handprint. It's his. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil. Footprints must have climbed by his ladder. Boots. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard and sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Hunting knife. Richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone... They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the...
So, this is the tracker. A witcher.
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off...
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she... I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my...
What did you do? Summon the guard?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so he struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him.
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the...
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through...
After this is my guess. Picked it up...
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever...
I bought it. Many years ago, from a young...
Jewel seems important. What?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't...
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing.
The Heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear.
So it is not him we seek, but... Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need...
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I...
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thought?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal...
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an...
It could be something else all... My sister, Siana, might be among the... She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy.
Think your sister might be involved?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Right.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I missed. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always didn't, but I grew almost certain when I saw the Heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift, at a time when my parents thought of someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my...
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was...
Parents run afoul of some maid?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be...
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent... Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her. Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is... No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must...
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair.
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined...
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... Ooh. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are...
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks this...
Curious. It seems opposites really do it.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see, sword in hand. Talking gets the...
I wonder what a monster might have to say.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might the monster wish to apologize?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and...
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll...
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis... If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than...
If possible, yeah. Or at least...
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent...
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found...
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than...
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you. Crazy bringing Detlef here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna...
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlef believes you'll succeed in your task, and he...
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped...
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped, but...
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little but...
Oriana. She really your friend? Can she be...
I met her years ago. Before I met you. And before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in...
But I shall tell you all about her.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Dun...
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be...
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be...
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract two women?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detlef, who wants revenge of...
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got to...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detlef here while I go...
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to...
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detlef.
Splendidly, Detlef. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back... You're back. It took you long and...
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served...
Regis. Gallant as... I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you.
Your Grace. Always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt will... You have exceptional friends. This Detlef, an intriguing man.
Don't know him too well. He say much about him?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive for weeks.
So what's his?
Sensitive. Sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost.
Didn't expect the evening to end like that.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain...
Gotta go to downtown.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Counter... It stands along the San Retour River, near the Coquette. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the...
Witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights, what are they?
Prepare to witness wonders at the annual chivalric tourney.
Watch it.
Welcome, good.
Show me we... So long.
What are you doing?
Kiss a dove's arse.
Greetings.
A witcher from the School of the Wolf.
Geralt of Rivia. Seem pretty enthused. Got it.
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same. I'm an armorer, see, and I've for years sought diagrams for witcher armor of...
Heard of them. Never seen any, though. Thought they were...
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Toussaint. Alas, they then perished, but I know where.
If you know where to look, why not get them yourself?
No offense, but do I look like a rough-hewn adventurer? Besides, who would serve my clients while I... No, I'd rather leave it to someone familiar with such matters. Bring me the diagrams, and from them I'll forge...
All these diagrams somehow wound up in Toussaint? How was that even...
Toussaint was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer. Witches from all corners of the world came to him.
Heard about him. Supposed to have been the...
And thus he charged the king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to earn the coin to pay him. Some, alas, met with misfortune, and the diagram...
Got it. Find them, find the diagrams. But how can I know where to look?
As it happens, I learnt my trade at Jensail's side. So I heard the stories of what he told me. Well, that is what discouraged me from seeking the We must strike a deal. I shall tell you all I know. In return, once you've found the diagrams,
Where do I look for these diagrams?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school of the wolf, griffin, cat, bear, and manticore.
Tell me about my brother, the wolf.
His name was Atom. I remember him well. My master liked him, helped him find a safe. A few years ago, an archaeological expedition arrived in Toussaint from Castel Gropian. They questioned my master about the elfin ruins at Termes. He warned them of the danger there.
What kind of danger did he mean? Any idea?
Legend claims wraiths haunt the chambers beneath Termes. I cannot say if there is any truth to this, but both the scholars and...
The Griffin. What can you tell me about?
He came some 200 years ago, but my master remembered him well. This Witcher was not stripped of emotions, you see, as his colleagues were. He had taken on a contract. He showed my master his diagrams, paid a deposit, and was never seen again. Apparently he rode off one night from...
Any idea where he went?
No. It said he left in a rush, so he may have left something behind. Only ruins remain of Fort Usan.
I'd like to ask you about something else. What do you have on offer? Would you craft something from...
Of course.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
To hit the bee. Has struck again.
You'll not find wood here.
I won't go.
Oh my.
I simply won't.
Ah!
Don't crowd around.
The best. No, see you later. No, see you later.
Huh?
Scared the fright.
Disperse! The exhibition of the regional
What's new, Silverlocks? Women love tears, men.
And what do you get for all that work? Cooking into back.
I'm early. No guardsmen yet.
So eager are you? The mill, then. We shall discuss the...
See, you already prepared a plan. Walk me.
We have two objectives. To find Her Illustrious Highness's sister and capture the man who... Duntine is a modest complex. Several old buildings, a high wall around them. At the center of the enclosure stands an imposing keep, restored not long past by... We mean to strike here, through the main gate, then secure the area in front of the...
How many men defend Duntine?
Roderick maintains a team of knights for defense. They are no army, but they could Also, Roderick recently took in a band of foreign mercenaries. About them...
Cintrian's men. Gotta be. Ran into a few in town. They need to hit them from both sides. You draw the defenders, keep them busy. I'll sneak in the back way, find the women. I'll vault over the wall as soon as you start your...
Your plan puts you at great risk, but I sense you will handle it well.
So it begins.
Quick! We grab Roderick's horses and we won't vault far if the boys out front don't...
Not so fast. Little change of plan. He's looking to flee.
I see no ducals along the... Bloody bots! What was that?
Hurry with those crates! Careful if you drop any... Someone's here. They've... The back
back walls! Come on! Kill him! No mercy! Surround him! Surround him! I'm a hard nut to crack!
How long you gonna make me wait?
Mercy! Mercy! I did...
Nah, kept the wrong damn company. Centrion's men.
I knew... Shouldn't have...
Where are they now?
In the keep. Ready in there.
There's someone with them? Woman named Sia?
Of course. She convinced me.
And a whole pile of trouble along with them. Where?
Packing. We were to leave together. An old fool. I'd have...
Where is she? In the keep too?
Yes. Her chamber is in the tower.
Where's the hostage? The woman?
What? What do you... I know nothing about a hostage. Must be the handiwork of my...
What? What will become of...
Leaving you to the ducal guard, if you don't bleed to death in them.
Dewey, a pox upon... What is happening? This one! Kill the ship! You will die!
Pathetic. Giving you one last chance. Yield.
That harlot got us into this. Kill him!
Need to get into the keep.
They shall pay for everything.
Wasn't expecting to see you two here.
We thought you could use our help. Witcher, this is no time to explain.
Expect to answer a lot of questions in...
Let us go then.
Nana. Are you hurt? If any...
You know me. I'd never let them hurt me. I just waited for...
I didn't know where to look. They threatened... Forgive me. I failed.
Now we need only find Anna Henrietta's sister. Where should we look?
Ran into Roderick, Duntine's lord. Told me where I'd find
Then speak and let's grab her. Time is...
Said she was in a room in the tower. Very one we're in right now. Which, incidentally, looks... And just so happens there's a carafe full of wine here. Bet it's stolen...
What's your point?
Stop playing dumb. I know everything. Your plan.
Witcher, what is the...
Sorry, Dettlaff. You've been...
My friend, please. You must listen to what Geralt...
Never was any abduction. She faked it to be able to control you.
You lie! He seeks to turn us against...
Let him speak.
Blackmailers? Pure fiction. She planned everything. You killed all those...
That is impossible.
Sorry, Dettlaff. She used you. Part of...
If you do not, I will raze Beauclair to the ground. This I promise. I shall be waiting.
He just fly off?
He did not wish to act rashly. He's gone to soothe...
Think he'll do it? Make good on his...
I cannot say. He can be unpredictable when fury can...
I shall go to him.
Come again? After what?
You don't know Dettlaff like I do. If I don't do as he says, he truly will destroy the city.
Conscience gets to you now.
Better... better late than...
Well, it truly does seem the best...
Your Grace, we must proceed with caution. Guardsmen saw vampires here. They...
Vampires or no vampires, my sister is here.
Your Grace, that...
Sienna, it's true. It's you. Sister, dear, what have you got?
So concerned, I'm surprised. Is there an ounce of truth?
You feel resentment. I understand. But I promise we shall work through all... We will discuss them later. Captain, escort Sienna to the palace. I shall meet with...
As you wish, Your Grace.
And you, Witcher. You have my thanks. I cannot believe my sister was so near the... Roderick of Duntine shall answer for treason and...
Roderick got duped and used, just like the
Apropos, were you able to establish who kidnapped him?
We've discovered Siana blackmailed the vampire. Ordered him.
What? What nonsense?
She is his missing lover. Staged her own abduction to force him.
He was a tool. Whole scheme was Siana's. She would...
You're mistaken. You must be. This cannot...
Your Grace, I know this
What? You know him? Who...
Detlef.
The same who so recently sat at my table and told me of... Is there anything else you've neglected to mention? A dragon living beneath Mount Gorgon, perhaps? Is anyone... Where is he now?
Waiting for Siana. If she doesn't show up to meet him by an appointed time, he'll just...
He dares threaten us?
Your Grace, we have 3 days to bring him
Not a word. You have 3 days to bring me his head. No more secrets. No more helping vampires. I want what I'm paying for.
You think Her Grace's nerves have been cut?
Doubt it. Rarely forgets, rarely retracts what she says, especially...
Yes, well, even I must admit Detlef's actions were highly inappropriate.
Are you upset?
Why would I be?
Let's see. You're returning from your hunt empty-handed. No trophy. No new lead to...
Upset's just not a sensation I feel. Ever. Mutation.
Yes, of course. The excuse you resort to whenever you'd rather not...
Observant of you. So let's change the sub...
How do your employers customarily react when you fail to meet their...
Depends. Peasants cuss me out. Merchants demand I refund their deposit, whereas nobles most...
And rulers?
Usually threaten me with the gallows.
Her most illustrious grace awaits the...
Your Grace, the population demands she be punished. Siana's committed terrible crimes. Spilt so...
Another word, Palmerin, and I shall spill even more blood. I repeat for the last time. Siana is responsible for the death of many, true. But she is also my sister. We are bound by blood and by a shared
Your Grace, I fear the masses might rise. Storm the prison. Pitchforks...
Let them storm. They will not find her there. Siana is hidden away in a safe place. She shall await trial there until we have... Which, to judge by your means, has not yet come to...
Did what we could, but...
My patience is at an end, Geralt. Where is he? Where is...
Don't know. I lost his trail.
Is this all you have to say?
I respect your grace. All I can say is that...
At times, I hunt foxes. Do you know how it works? The ducal huntsman releases the hounds. They catch the fox's scent, chase the animal down, and you, Witcher, have had a week. The aid of my most excellent knights. Yet, you have tracked ups. I've begun to suspect my beagles might have done a bit.
We'll catch him, your grace. Sooner or later.
I should hope so, Witcher. For the sake of all Beauclair. But to the matter at hand. Have you managed to establish...
Your Grace, it seems Siana tricked Detlef. Used him to murder the knights who escorted her into exile. We have...
Your Grace!
What? Speak now!
Vampires! They protect the city! Captain de la Tour defends the square near the boat landing, but...
Damn it.
If it's war this Detlef wants, it's war he should... Geralt, get to work. This time I'll hear no excuses. Palmer...
Get her out of here.
Syanna failed to appear as summoned. And there. Detlef does not make...
Seems not. Need to make some serious plans of our own now. It's gone. Regis, you mentioned there was a way to draw Detlef out. A way you've avoided resorting to so far because you...
Is that how I'd put it? Do forgive me, but I've misled you terribly. The word dangerous is simply a scant...
Regis, another inner monologue growing out of a personal dilemma. Just tell me how to flush Detlef out. Force him...
In due course. But first, Geralt, I'd like you to consider the alternative. After all, you could fulfill Detlef's
Think Detlef still believes Syanna's in it?
I believe he suspects something. He must. And he seeks to...
And for that, he's declared war on the entire...
What can I say? Moderation was never his...
Really want to free Syanna? Hand her over to Detlef? Refuse to accept you can...
It's hard to believe, I know. But Detlef is not actually evil, merely impulsive. He needs but meet with her, speak with...
So say I agree to this, because I might. Still no chance
I do not recall ever suggesting we ask her permission.
The meeting. What if it's nothing like you say? What if it goes sour, ends in a fight? Willing to guarantee...
It seems unlikely in the extreme.
Didn't ask for a lecture on probability. Need a simple answer. Yet
I vow that not a hair on her head shall come to an...
Got serious reservations about this plan. Not least among them, we have no idea where Syanna's being held. You heard the Dutch...
Hardly a reservation. More of an excuse. I'm certain you'll find her. You must
Could ask Damien. Duchess treats him like a lapdog. Keeps him close most times.
There, you see? I knew you'd think of something. I trust I've dispelled your doubts.
Not so fast. We're not done talking. How would I go about luring Detlef out of hiding if I wanted to? With a...
You see, somewhere nearby lives an unusual denizen. One of the unseen, ancient and powerful vampires.
And?
Toussaint is this unseen elder's territory. All vampires owe him fealty while they are here. He need but say the word, designate a time and place.
So this unseen elder, how do we convince him to summon?
We must find him first. The elder does not see arrivals unless he absolutely must. But locals, Oriana, for instance, you know...
Yeah, figured it out. All right, let's say she gets me in to see the unseen elder.
I don't know. You'll have to improvise, I suppose.
So I'm basically stuck. Either gotta give in to a blackmailer...
You know what I would opt for? Should we free Siana and arrange for her to meet with Detlef, there's a good chance we'll all survive this ordeal.
Regis, don't mean to put you on the spot, but I gotta know. Say I do decide to fight Detlef.
Should you decide your sword is the sole solution, I shall not
appreciate it.
Certainly hope so. Now, please tell me, what is it?
Crazy as the plan seems, I'll do it. I'll ask Damien.
You won't make me beg. I knew you.
Slow down. Not promising a thing. Just want to get a feel for the situation to start with.
Of course. Many hands make light. Hurry. Damien could be in debt or dead. Do you think so? He seemed battle-hardened. More than a few struck.
Against humans, not monsters.
He must put him down before he kills him.
Claws sliced through steel like through
We must
butter.
hurry. Each moment's delay is enough.
They broke formation, ran.
That's it. It's Damien's blood.
Let's go. Parakeet put up in the street.
Pointless. That
fell on his face, struck in the back. Tried to
They
run.
must have realized they could not hold this.
Hope they found a corner to hide in. Won't be anyone to talk to if not. Spotted. Lots of it. Guillaume run dry, you might say, with numerous wounds. Must have fought a tough battle before he died. Must be in the bank, barricaded themselves inside.
Apologies, Geralt. You must manage alone.
You killed it! Single-handedly! That harlot's brood slaughtered her.
I see the harlot's brood came close to slaughtering you.
Need to withdraw, you and your men.
My duty lies with the...
Won't help this city by leading your men to the slaughter. Damien, conversation back at the palace, remember? I'll say it again. You're...
Tend to the wounded and prepare.
Doing the right thing. Now listen close. Silver. That's what you want to use against vampires. Your alchemists, order them to produce as much vampire oil as they can. Churn it out and keep an eye out for Alps and Bruxae. The shapely ones resemble women. There one moment, gone the next. Bombs containing silver.
Thank you, Witcher. I hope you're worth the coin the Duchess pledged you. And that you'll return with the head of the wretch that did this.
Got a different plan.
And what would that be?
All I can say just now is I'm gonna need
You know the Duchess's decision. Sienna awaits her trial.
We know it, but we do not agree.
You've that luxury. I do not. I've sworn my loyalty.
Folk are dying. Many more will, because of...
If Her Grace learns I helped you, my head will...
And ours will follow right after it. Yet still we are prepared. I fear we waste our time here. Come.
Wait. When last I saw Sienna, Her Grace was escorting her...
Playroom? As in, for children?
I've served in the Ducal Palace for years. I know its every corner. So yes.
Playroom? So what? Duchess locked Sienna up in a
Honestly, I've no clue. Look, I've told you what I saw. What you do with it is...
Got it. I'll look into it. You get back to your barracks. Retrace my steps.
And you've our gratitude. You helped us.
I helped Beauclair. At least I...
Let's go, Regis.
Here, the playroom's beyond this.
Locked. Of course. Regis, rather not have a fist fight with this door. Would you
Not
mind?
at all.
Shit. Probably meant to stand guard at Anna Henrietta's personal request. Thanks.
At your service.
Something inside? Utter silence. No one here.
You should look around at least.
Wooden duck. Somebody broke its wings off.
A rocking horse. Rather
nice tune.
Indeed, pleasant. It's a shame the mechanism.
What the? Found a notebook. Property of Isabelle de Roquefort, court governess. The notes of Sienna and Anna.
I'm not sure it will help, but I suppose there's no harm in
Sienna gave me a drawing today.
Charming.
Of freshly decapitated bodies covered in blood.
Perhaps not so.
I asked her why ever she would draw such a thing. Her Highness claimed it was a rendering of nightmares which have plagued her for as long as she can remember. Sienna does wake up screaming nearly every night. Curse of the Black Sun. Supposedly girls afflicted by it had horrible dreams. Kind of horrible that... The girls quarreled today. I must note rather sadly they did not behave as befits future ladies. The incident... Anna Henrietta was first to strike her sister. Sienna gave back as... By the time I separated them, Anna Henrietta had lost 2 teeth. She ran off to His Grace the Duke refused to believe my version of events. He laid all the blame on Sienna and vowed to punish the little one harshly. Anna Henrietta did her best to have her sister's sentence commuted.
Once you're labeled a black sheep, it's so hard to
Today I accompanied the girls for the first time to the land of 1,000 fables. First we played with Thumbelina, then with Barbarossa, who proved quite the charmer for a...
I'm beginning to suspect Isabel de Roquefort wrote in her diary after taking a powerful hallucinogenic. Cannabis...
Shh, don't interrupt. I tip my cap to Master Artorius Figo for his achievement. He has proved he has no equal...
Wait, Artorius was the court mage here, a specialist in illusions.
Regis, last warning. Stop interrupting or I'll seat you. The girls told me if I ever wish to visit alone, I need but crack open the land of 1,000 fables and utter out loud the incantation.
A book as the key to an illusion. My, this grows more interesting.
Mages sent by the Conclave arrived today. They came to examine. I cannot know what conclusions they drew, but His Grace now seems clear.
Curse of the Black Sun. There's no doubt then that she was diagnosed with this...
Or had that label planted on her. It goes on. I dared ask the Duke what he did not reply. I tutored the girls in Nilfgaardian today. Sienna applies herself so, though she has great difficulty memorizing new vocabulary. Lady Henrietta seems more gifted in this regard. When she thought me out of earshot, she called me a blood accuser. She and Sienna laughed so, Blood is damned, or cursed.
In the melodious tongue of our none-too-friendly neighbors to the south, the word describes the many-petaled flower that blooms in that place we so unmelodious.
Realize this might sound improbable, but maybe, just maybe, Anna Henrietta taught...
Not impossible. She would be safe there, and isolated.
Where's that book? Locked. Nothing under the carpet.
Did you expect something? Apart from the dust swept under there by late...
A tin knight. Well, well. The key tucked behind a picture. Miniature tableware. And plush toys. Cute. Nothing under the carpet.
Did you expect something? Apart from the dust swept under there by late...
Is it? Expecto ludum. Regis? Regis? Land of 1,000 fables. Let's see where this road takes. Eye of Nehelene going wild. Whole land's an illusion, but so powerful there's no way to dispel it.
Bloody hell, let him out! He
Voices.
gobbled up my gingerbread! Now, hands off my hearth, dearie. You wouldn't want me to get... Then you open it. Now, who's this? A lost traveler? What's supposed to be? Why, you're old. Old and pale. But never worry. A bit of butter, a bit of spice. At your... Just as soon as I catch... The Wicked Witch. You've heard of her, haven't you? Now, where did you...
Listen, how'd you come by a...
It's Prince Charming's. He no longer need... Here it is.
Thank you. She'd have begged me for certain if you'd not... Sienna?
It's been years, Jack.
Have you come to...
No, I just want your beans, so you can breathe...
Breathe easy. Because you aren't here to play? What's that?
Jack knows what I mean, so he'll tell me where the beans are as fast as he can.
Sienna, I'm sorry, but I...
Oh, something tells me you're lying. Perhaps you wish to play the old games after all, hmm? This little picky went to market. This little pig...
I'm telling the truth. I swear it. Henrietta, she ordered them buried all over, so you...
Where?
I don't know. But Joss, the boy with the thing for wolves, he should know. He sticks his...
He had better know. Because if not, I'll find you and we'll have ourselves a little talk. Understand? Ah, all right. So why is it you...
Came to free you.
Nice of you, but a waste of your effort. I plan to free...
You might not. Bound to be easier with my help, as our most recent
Yet I still don't know why you even...
It's Dettlaff. He's trying to force Anna Henrietta's hand. Wants her to release you. Summoned monster.
Sounds like Dettlaff, all right. But I doubt you came all this way just to bring me up to speed on current events.
Isn't it obvious? Offering to be your ally. We both want you out of here. You because you want your freedom back. Me because as soon as you meet with Dettlaff...
You exposed me. I landed in prison because of you. Now you come to beg my help, I dare say. My life is... Well, normally I'd tell you to sod off. But, from what you say, folk are dying who have nothing to do with this. Not part of the plan. Dettlaff was only to kill... Fine, Witcher. I accept your offer. Consider us allies.
Curse of the Black Sun. That's why you were banned.
Twisted princesses, mutants, I'm certain.
Even met one of you. Ran free of...
And? Was she truly
She was cruel, that's certain. But what caused it? The curse or what she went through?
You killed her, didn't?
Had no choice.
Funny. Mum said the same when she tossed me out of...
Since you brought it up, the knights Dettlaff killed. What exactly did they do to you? Crespi, Duroc,
Not a memory I enjoy revisiting, but... I suppose... When my parents disowned me, they ordered those very knights to escort me beyond the duchy's borders. All did so without uttering...
Like you said, they had their order.
But Crespi was not ordered to beat me unconscious with a horsewhip after my first attempt at escape. And Dulac had no instructions to I learned something then. Knights are not so chivalrous when no...
That explains a lot.
Shocked, aren't you? You must have thought you had me pegged, before bothering to hear my side.
This place. Tell me something more. It's an...
Yes, created by Artorius Vigo. Anna Henrietta and I would come here to play out scenes.
Which didn't seem like she was playing.
Magical entropy. Without maintenance, the spell gradually disintegrates over time.
Your sister chose a dangerous place for your...
It's deceptive. Provided I don't provoke them, the fairy tale characters don't attack me. But you don't belong here.
So, what's with the beans? Mind a...
Certainly. But you must gird yourself with... There are two ways out of this land. My darling sister blocked one when she tossed me in here. The other's up there, in the clouds. She made it hard, but not impossible.
Still don't understand.
Don't fret, just listen. That boy, that was Jack, of Beanstalk fame.
Jack climbed a gigantic beanstalk to a giant's castle.
As we shall do if we can just find those blasted beans. There are 3. 1 red, 1 blue.
Stalk won't sprout from just...
No, because it must transpire exactly as it did in the tale. Clear now? So we must find Joss. Perhaps he will be able to help. Joss can usually be found wandering the glade at the foot of the mount. It's some distance from here, past the... So, what exactly is happening in...
Bloodshed, a massacre, which is why we gotta hurry.
Time flows differently than we can stay outside here.
Not the friendliest pixies I've met.
We're put here to protect the Fable Sphere from intruders. Oh, unicorns! We must catch them. We won't have to walk. I call the pink one. Exciting! Isn't it? Reminds me of my childhood.
Reminds me of something altogether different.
Care to elaborate?
Rather not.
I'm alright. Jaws!
Relax, it's over.
No, it's not. There's more. Another wolf. Ignore him. He always lies.
Aha. Boy who cried wolf. Still does, I suppose. And doesn't.
The one and only. Listen, you little chit. Jack said you know what's become of his— I don't know anything! Not one thing, and besides, watch out!
This'll be interesting. Right, let's say for a minute you know what happened to the red bean. Where
For certain, no one swallowed it. Oh no, definitely. Of course not. But say someone didn't. Who would it be that didn't? A human. The most human in the land of 1,000... Everyone! Wolves! Rah!
Bet you haven't heard what happened to the blue bean. Maybe? Not at all?
I've heard it lies about somewhere. Out in...
Just like that? No one guarding?
Nobody. 3 times up. Help! Wolf!
Yellow bean. Don't know a thing about it.
It's somewhere very, and I mean very deep. So deep, in fact, it's And who has it? A bold farmhand, who in no way and not at all awaits someone. Not in... Good folk! Wolf! Say that word one more time and I'll chop you up. Feed you to the fishes.
All right, we should go.
Watch out for Wolf!
Tough to talk to, that one.
Was it, though? You need merely remember he always lies. Or more precisely,
Where to now?
I'm not sure. We should visit some of the other fables. The meaty ones, that is. Perhaps then Joss's hint. It's just a few. Red Riding Hood, piglets and bears, 3 of each. And Goldilocks, of course. Then Longlocks and...
Fine. Let's get... Incredible. You must have loved this place.
I did at first. But children get bored quickly. Even tea parties with a whole cackle of princesses eventually.
What did you do then?
Dropped a duck egg in the swan's nest once. That sort of thing.
Hello? Can we...
Schwungwatch, my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been.
Whereas you, not at all. Big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running.
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. At the bed.
Listen, looking for magic beans.
I was given one for safekeeping.
Where is it? Talk!
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, I can be much louder than this. And resort to other means.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy. The thing is...
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided to repay the little imp who now rots at the bottom of the well, she and the hunter. Which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk to you. Not about beans, nor anything else. So leave me...
So, what now?
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood. A piece of apparel, that is.
That's a relief.
You wish to help me? Here's your chance. Jump in the well and fish it out. Well? Break a leg? Any luck?
Yep, look what I got.
That would never fit you. Give it... How do I look?
Honestly, so...
Women must love you.
Actually, I do just fine.
Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the grand...
Mm-hmm. And you, the...
You again? I thought I was clear. I will not talk to you if Little Red Riding Hood is not...
Not a problem. Sienna can take her...
What? Very well. It's not as if I can forbid you. Granddaughter!
But Grandmama, what big eyes you...
The better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, what big arms you...
The better to embrace you with, my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have.
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Remember what Joss said about the red beam? The human has it. He definitely...
Mm-hmm. Gotta open his bed. Bottle caps, fake teeth, the corkscrew. Ah, here it is.
Well then, one step closer to our...
What?
I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed... Are you really not interested in what happened? In what became of me after they...
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear the rest. Let's see. Ain't it squirt?
Yes. And the noble knights of Toussaint, I didn't stop until we reached the Ketdu wilderness. They left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in... They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly, and eventually I became their leader.
Should have stayed there, maybe.
Perhaps. Perhaps I should have forgotten everything, started... But you know what? There came a point when I thought, you wanted a monster, then a
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging mince...
She wasn't the one to banish.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her because she forgot. Right. We've had our chat. you jest, I adored her. My darling little sis. So adorable. Yet when they banished me from the palace, she didn't so much as peek at...
She might not have known. Maybe just couldn't.
And could she also not grant me amnesty when she was crowned? Really, you think?
Looks like Big Bad.
No problem singing like that.
She's the only one left.
That's one big down. Good work.
The big bad witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got...
It cannot be.
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Why so shocked?
Well, when you arrived, all you did was pout and mumble things in that graph. And now this. A jest. And a good one. But here we are chatting away when there's work to do. We must keep looking. So, you like it?
No. Got a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh?
Hey, watch it.
Watch out! Pixies!
Tobacco of the highest caliber. Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of
Remind me, what tale are you...
salt flints when I was a lass. But no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things.
Magic beans. Do you have...
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's...
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders...
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is...
There's not much to explain. I got it from Arturius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly did.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my... And the ribbon reminds me of the good old days. When I was
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, Your skank whip...
Give Sienna the ribbon. Why not?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, of course. For all that.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. Around...
Fine. I'll pay you for the ribbon.
It's enough. Now go...
All right. Tell...
What?
What you want in return. You're not doing this out of the kindness.
Don't want anything in return. this Longlog's tower?
Indeed. It's even taller than our...
Wait. What Joss said about the third beam, remember?
In the possession of a bold farmhand somewhere deep beneath the ground. Yes, this would always grapple up her braid in the past, but...
We'll find another way up. Could pull myself up here, and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here if it's all the same. Climbing smoothly.
Stunk to climb all that way for nothing.
So?
Got the bean, but Longlog's. Seems she got sick of waiting for it.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Detlef was a tool, and only.
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now...
To use him. Was that your plan from the
No. At first I was simply intrigued. Do you know... It was in Messina, a few years past. I'd gone there to pass some loot off. We were hashing out the terms when in walked Detlef. He said he'd come to sell a silver candlestick. He gripped it through a cloth. I followed him out, observed him from a distance, but he caught...
Yeah, superhuman senses will do.
He turned down a blind alley. I followed. He jumped out from behind a crate, baring his teeth. I suppose he'd wanted to frighten me. Alas, he didn't in the least.
A higher vampire and you were unimpressed? Don't know if that's brave or just...
I've always had a way with ostensibly dangerous, quiet...
That's supposed to be about me, too.
Ugh, Mother, I hate to disappoint you, Geralt, but your belly button is not the center of the known world. No, you do remind me of him a bit, stifling all emotions inside. You see, when I met Detlef, somehow I knew, call it intuition, that he meant me no harm. That he was trying to frighten me off, for he, too, was scared.
I guess. What happened then?
We talked, then met up once, twice, 3 times. Enough that he became... I truly enjoyed it at first. But only at first. He did not love like a man, but like an animal, madly, deeply, To return such a feeling, anyone would be hard-pressed. Let alone someone as...
So there came a day you just up and disappeared?
Yes. There was no other way. Let's just be friends, or I don't deserve you. He'd never have... But then, once I decided to return, clean up some old affairs, I remembered him, and concluded he could...
Playing with fire, that...
Definitely. And either I'll get burned, or I'll burn all else down.
Got a history with Detlef now. So this meeting will be different.
I can handle him.
Sure about that?
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. I know what he's really like. It's time to go. Just a bit more work and we'll be able to say sod off to this fecky. Now we must plant them by the path near Longlock's tower. Then prepare to... This is the spot. Pull out the... Wait!
Why?
The stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must... All right, toss the...
Something's always gotta go.
The home stretch. Admire the view later. First, we must... Him.
That was one tough son of a...
I told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so...
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't...
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful.
That so? How? Plan to use me like you did?
No, I need you for a purpose first. No, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place.
our separate ways. No parting.
Did you wish to tell me some?
Actually, it'd probably be better.
Oh my. No woman's ever treated you.
Not that I recall, no.
In that case, at last you felt what so many women in this world feel.
I just hope this tale has a happy ending. For me, for you.
That may very well depend on...
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing beyond what you heard. Come. The exit's this way.
Something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
Just curious. Why do you want the heart of Toussaint and the
They
ducal
were my
line?
right. My
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that,
I
don't
do.
you?
I regret nothing. One lives... Here. We need but jump into the well. You...
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would you...
Hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary. Thus I knew... Never mind that. Has the young lady agreed to help clean up the...
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a...
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying, manipulating...
Regis, what happened to your famous map?
Apologies. I forgot myself.
Let's go. Really want to be done with... Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the out...
Is it, though? A ruin like any other.
So sensitive. So aware. Honestly, what did Deck...
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm. It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when set...
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jest.
I know. Ugh, may I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. Yet I owe him this meeting. And that...
Let's get ready. Deadloff will be here any moment.
profane it all. That which bound us was a...
Detlef, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me, or... In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must...
What? But how?
The ribbon.
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again. She will pay for this, sooner or later. She will! You never should have meddled with you!
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
My, what a smashing ensemble.
Shut up. I look like a
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting...
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect... So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him. For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave.
As well he all that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands... The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality.
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just...
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the...
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory? After all,
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through Syanna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated...
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Syanna's in the palace. Courtiers
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Detlef. Perhaps.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together. Assume...
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with... Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city.
Promise to be careful.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your...
Guess they could use a spit and pulp.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as...
Clean boots? Clean souls. A fine...
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters.
Why, of course. I'm young. Got a mind like a steel...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me for... How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many?
Why, 4. 1 for each...
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a fit?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in...
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others... Oh! I know! They all had no...
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now... Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from...
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of... But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we...
Well, at the shelter mostly.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs.
Thanks, kid. For your... We must visit the shelter. Look around in...
Keep calm. Start, no problem.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent... You? What do you...
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other...
Gentlemen, calm.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer...
Scram! Decent folk live.
Decent folk you mention. Mean you're...
Why? Do you doubt...
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own...
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute.
Come now, Twitcher! Prime arms now!
All right. I can take a hint. Come.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike... I do not oppose going elsewhere, were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you?
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black and...
The boot black? A feisty lad.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all... You can question them yourself.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to...
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These 2 gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief, for if you draw it out, your soup will...
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the boot black.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up.
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain.
I got one too. Gave it to the boot black. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St.
It's a matter of importance to the duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she...
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. This man helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you...
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyways. It's all...
Damn it.
What is it? Another name?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her.
Yet first you must snap her neck.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Syanna planned it.
Indeed. The logical conclusion.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about her. Obscured the victims' links to Syanna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henriette. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of it.
Why would Syanna murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an
Yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain...
Actually, love to learn her motive.
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her. But some philosophers think empirical examination the sole part. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Syanna
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get... Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Detloff.
Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the...
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you...
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind. But I admit I could not vouch for my...
She treated Detloff cruelly.
Caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you.
A smashing place we have.
My, oh my, handsome. Banishing the beast.
Geralt, I knew from the start you best.
Oh.
Quite the fragrant whiff.
Gats, my knees ache something.
Grace no fuss! Water no...
Here in Beauclair, all's right and...
Geralt?
Need to see Siana. Urgent.
In the matter of?
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission.
Promise to be brief.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a moment.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders.
I know who the 5th victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead.
Siana, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really... Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt.
How should I know? Might really be the curse of the Black Sun. Word is, cursed princess is off.
I see I misjudged you. You understand. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might...
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she have...
I probably will.
At least you're being honest. Fine.
Lying only ever makes sense when there's a chance someone will It's actually refreshing, in a way, to say what I truly think. So why don't... I was only ever nice to you to get you to sleep with me. I thought you might come in... Your comrade Regis is using you, and Anna Henrietta perceives you solely as her unthinking, blunt instrument.
I like this game. Long as we're being honest, here I go. You're a pathetic self... Should I go on? You'll rot in this tower. You'll die of old age, embittered, alone and forgotten. Have a nice life, Sian.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we?
Let's go. Want to see him Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the...
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the... In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me, the Duchess. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most...
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place...
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall...
Thank you, your enlightened Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has...
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty... For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera. 2 sons...
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. Often.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than 12 barrels of Son Real, a wine normally... The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits.
Yes, very. Heard a lot of good things about that appellation.
Cheers. In a moment I shall speak to Siana. Will you... You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous... As head of state, I must judge her fairly. But she is my sister. Thus...
If my presence will help in any manner, of course...
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour?
The Witcher will take part in our
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear...
Your Grace, as head of state, you should look first and foremost after... Siana's actions, what drove them, be damned. She's a threat to you.
You are correct. They are what matters. I must not... Siana, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall... As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving. Will you forgive me?
I shall never forgive you.
Some flowers. A wreath.
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral. Folk took it all. Men, women, children. All wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers. But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big pet. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister.
How? Quickly. Unexpectedly. She was gone before it.
I know you. You're that witcher from the north. The one that's...
Mm-hmm. Could say it.
Wait here. Take the...
Thought you were out of flower.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory.
Do just that. For...
Snow White, you with the exquisite. Witcher, I was certain you'd depart.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta.
Wondrous. Beautiful. Good. The best ruler one could hope to have.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one expected Sienna to do that, persist to the end. And none of us did anything to stop her.
I suppose you are right. But when someone so beloved dies, one cannot help but search one's soul for blame. And even...
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess...
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside, then. She lies in the ducal crypt. In one room with her murderer.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood flowed in Sienna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So...
And all this, what did it bring you? I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal rest.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or...
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad work.
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help think. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. That just won over people's hearts.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their...
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked on it.
I did. And I do truly rue.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Whatever you say about Siona, you gotta admit, she was on...
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more... philosophical. Pausing from time to time.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not...
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile. And
fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out...
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don't...
Thanks. Right then, let's...
This moonlight makes me, oh, so...
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about... Oh, how any... Can look interesting when proper...
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of...
That bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all. Damn it, where'd you go? Regis! Those Bruxay, they called you a trick.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally,
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one. and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, "That is why I must leave Toussaint for a vastly long..."
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to...
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a start.
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you.
Thanks. Mind telling me what...
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and...
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not. But one day I'll want to see what it's like. To just wake up every day and...
Oh, stop, please. Sounds so sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your... I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about.
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from...
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair...
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, the cellar's too small to...
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did...
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy. I so don't feel like going anywhere.
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil.
That we do. love to go home.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing.
Triss?
In the flesh?
I thought you were in Covey.
I got tired of waiting for you, so I decided to head to Toussaint. Catch some sun, see how things are going.
Things are pretty much wrapped up, luckily. We'll be able to head...
I hope you're not upset I came like this. Without...
True, I haven't always been fond of surprises. They remind me of work, the law of surprise. But I think I've changed my mind. Seems surprises can actually be pleasant. Let's go outside. There's this one cozy spot you... How are things in Covey?
Amazingly boring and predictable. Council meetings mainly concern trade matters, tariffs, storage rights.
Missing the excitement?
You know the Aetheri's saying, may you live in interesting times? Well, I've already done that, and now the other mages I brought with me from Novigrad or who made it north on their own feel the same. You wouldn't recognize them. No conspiracies, cabals, plotting. They just sit there. Sometimes I think it's all too lovely to be true. That something's bound to happen. Another war. But for now, it's nice. And once you finish your business here and come join me...
So, how do you like my
I think you know the answer to that. I like it a lot. House is big, but not showy. Lovely location.
Just finished some remodeling. Paid through the nose for it, but I think there are already some new saplings and flowers around the grounds, but I think it's still... Maybe a hedge maze? With a statue in the center? One that's stately and...
Oh, Geralt, don't bring up that ball. The wine got to my head.
Not bringing it up to tease, but to reminisce. That evening, it was magic. And your dress.
I've got it with me. I could put it on one evening. We'll dine outside by candlelight, listen to the music of the cicada.
Can't wait. How'd you find me? Kavir's a long way.
I have my ways, Geralt. A hydromancy.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, what becomes of us? See anything else in it?
Zoltan moves.
Please tell me you're joking.
You can breathe easy. Far as I know, he settled down in Novigrad and has no... In all seriousness, though, I did see a few scraps of our future, but I'd rather...
Why not?
Because you said you've grown to like pleasant surprise.
This is your first time in Toussaint, right? Want me to show you?
Sorry, but I've already made plans.
Oh? What are you going to do?
Lie down in the sun and not move any...
Ah, right. A packed schedule. Not overdo it.
Oh, gotta get the most of this weather before I return north. Know that joke about how to tell when...
The rain isn't quite so cold.
And sadly, that's not far from the... Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. Now you'll change your mind and not come.
I wouldn't worry about that. Mind if I leave you here alone for a moment?
Just a moment. Yes, Carol? Just a moment.